wind mode here and show you what velocity looks like with winds blowing to and from radar. We're getting to the point where we're getting on the outskirts of our radar beam, but it would be right here in this general vicinity. And just a county over, it's out of the THV11 viewing area. It gets into the Memphis and Jonesboro viewing area. But here it is right here. There's a little bit of a couplet here. Winds blowing toward radar in the blue and the red is blown away. So we've got that rotation right there. This is lifting to the north right now. And let's see, moving north at 30 miles per hour. We'll see if it holds together in the next few moments or so. We also had that one tornado warned storm that was located in White County that has weakened. And I have a feeling this one's probably going to do the same. I don't think these things are going to withstand very much later tonight. It's going to be a heavy rain threat for the most part. So once again, if you live in Woodruff County, northeastern Woodruff County in East Arkansas, under that tornado warning until 1:45, that's about 20 minutes from now, with a storm that is capable of producing a brief tornado. These look like they're holding together just enough, Nathan Scott, to give us fits tonight. We'd hope to not talk to people again, but and not in a bad way. We wanted the weather to settle down, but it just won't give us a break.
Yeah, just these very quick rotations don't last very long, but they can still certainly pack a punch as they make their way primarily to the north and east of Little Rock now. So the main threat of any storm that produces a tornado will be into Jackson County, White County, and Woodruff County up through Independence County as this final band is slowly but surely lifting its way off to the north and northeast. Watching still some rotation right there close to Searcy with that previous cell. Looks like right now it's more of a gusty wind situation, but keep a close eye on Searcy and Bald Knob. If you're watching us in those locations, you were under tornado warning just about 5 minutes ago. That was allowed to expire. It could come back just because these cells cycle up and cycle down. Here is what's happening in Woodruff County. That does include the town of McCrory. You are under that tornado warning. Probably the tornado warning sirens are going off in that part of Woodruff County. Highway 64 headed towards Pumpkin Bend. And we also have some other communities here. There's Howe and Bemis just to the east of the tornado warning. But if there's something happening, it's going to be right here, right along Highway 260. And Highway 145 is going to be the area. This is the Doppler radar indicated tornado. Nothing has been confirmed. And really, over the past, I would say 1 to 2 hours, we have not really had any confirmation of tornadoes since those ones that were more confirmed with a tornado debris signature that happened in Jefferson County and also into, I believe, parts of no, it's actually 2 areas of Jefferson County. So we have that final bout of heavy rain, that heavy band of rain that made its way through is falling apart somewhat, but still these individual cells. So there's the cell in White County, a little appendage there, got to watch out for that. And then the one moving through Woodruff County. Those are the 2 cells we will continue to watch through the course of the overnight. Some more rain developing into Prairie County, more heavy rain moving into parts of Pulaski County, and also down here into Grant County and Jefferson County. Looks like those cells could still have a little bit of rotation. We still have that tornado watch in effect until 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's going to remain in place at least for another 30 minutes or so, and for good reason, because we still have the potential of rotating storms. So there's the tornado watch. There's the tornado reports that have been coming in last night into early this morning, because it is, after all, Tuesday morning, almost approaching 1:30. We had those confirmed tornado reports into Jefferson County and also the one near Sparkman. Tom.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a night. Tornado watch continues till 2. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets extended a little bit more. Also, another area they're looking at is south of Kensett. Nathan just talked about that cell right there. So 2 cells. That one not long ago was warned, tornado warned, and it weakened. It's beginning to cycle back up again. Here's the other one, but they're just keeping a close eye on this one that's south of Kensett. Here's Searcy, Bald Knob. It's this one near McCrory that has a little bit more juice to it, moving to the north, and will be impacting the McCrory area here very shortly. So if you live in Woodruff County, heck, you know what? If you live in White County and you're up watching us this morning, we're keeping a close eye on that one as well. It was a tornado warned storm not long ago that warning was taken away. And it's really these two cells. As they continue to lift to the north, hopefully they'll encounter a little more of a better atmosphere, and they won't be rotating and possibly producing tornadoes. So that's all we can hope for. There you go, right there. Not very well defined. I think this one's better well defined. Got a nice gush of wind here that's getting close to Searcy along 67, 167. This one south of McCrory, just not that impressive. Keep watching to make sure that they're going to keep this warning on. But that's the only tornado warning that we have currently. Had a little break, and now we're back with more of these cells beginning to get a little feisty out there. This is in Woodruff County. You've got White County just to the west. Again, these storms lifting to the north at about 30, 35 miles per hour. And again, heavy rain is also possible for the rest of the night. We've had heavy rain here in the Little Rock area, flash flooding, and some slow going on some of the interstate roadways.
Tom, when we take a look at Storm Track 11, I think they're probably going to allow this warning to expire pretty soon, because when the warning was issued, the couplet was much tighter than what we're looking at right now. So let's take a look at Storm Track 11 and just follow along with me here. There is the couplet right there, and then it
just falls apart.
Starts to fizzle out. It's still not entirely gone, but certainly has lost a lot of its potency as it made its way from Hunter and then off to the north and northeast. Pretty rapid fashion, by the way.
Yeah.
But if there's something, it's going to be approaching McCrory very shortly. But looking at that, I'm not too impressed. There's still a little
and
couplet there.
Yeah, they're saying it's not as impressive over the last couple of scans. If the trends continue, they will drop that warning. There you go. Nathan's pointing it out. Here's McCrory, and here is that scan, or at least where we would find within our rotational product, that the green and the blue, kind of what we look for. But we also look for that dot that shows up in yellow that would indicate some stronger rotation. That's approaching McCrory. Expect a pretty good gust of wind there, McCrory, also over to Patterson, Arkansas, which is west of McCrory. Some small towns here. But you know, folks still impacted by the weather. They're just as scared of it as the rest of us, and they don't want the weather. And then you've got this cell that's just to the south and west, south and east of Kensett. That's moving to the north and west. That was the Walmart, Nathan, that we had the summer cereal drive in Searcy earlier this summer. So familiar with this area, moving to the northwest, and may get another warning on this. They're keeping a close eye on it.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, also on Storm Track 11, this one is starting to pick up on more rotation. So Kensett, Judsonia,
Searcy.
I would just be smart and go ahead and make sure you are ready to go with your safe place, or in fact, just get to your safe place. There's no harm in that. These tornadoes have just been very quick, and by the time the warning comes out, it's already happened. So take the safest route, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. I think there's nothing wrong with that. This rotation is there. It's strengthening somewhat as it approaches Kensett and Judsonia and Highway 167.
Go back to Storm Track 11. We're going to watch this one evolve. And I'm keeping an eye on what the Weather Service does. That's a pretty strong area there near West Point, moving close to Kensett. We'll keep it right here. This is in White County. They're not under a warning, but they had a warning earlier. That storm that's over near McCrory and Woodruff County there's really not much to it. There might be some weak rotation, but this one is now beginning to show signs of life in White County as it lifts to the northwest. If you're watching us, Kensett, Judsonia, even there on the eastern side of Searcy, we're keeping a close eye on this one. It looks like it's beginning to come back around. So the National Weather Service taking a closer look at that one too. There's only two that we're really concerned about right now. It's this one, and it's the other one that's over in Woodruff County. But the one in Woodruff County, I'm not really as concerned about that one as the one there over in White County. In fact, it's not nearly as impressive. There's still a little rotation there. But Nathan, I think the one in Searcy is the one that's, or near Searcy is the one that's the bigger issue.
Yeah, Tom, you look at it, let's go back to what's been happening over the past few scans, and that rotation in White County is tightening up more over the past few scans versus the one that was moving from southern parts of Woodruff County. There's the couplet, and then it fades away, but it's still there, as it moves towards McCrory. So McCrory, you're still under the tornado warning, still take your tornado precautions, but also White County, especially around Kensett, Judsonia,
Yep.
be ready to take your tornado precautions if you haven't already done so.
Yeah, here's the warning, tornado warning near McCrory. Yeah, and there's the one over in White County. Again, keeping my eye on what the Weather Service has to provide. A little bit of a hook nature there to that, and this one's a little kidney bean shape as well. I was looking for that terminology earlier tonight. Kidney bean. It's a bean. It's kidney bean. That's the terminology we talk about. It just looks like a kidney bean. Okay, so those are the two cells we have. Outside of that, it's been a heavy rain event for most of the rest of us. We have had tornado warnings all night. I'd be curious to know, Nathan, if you counted up how many tornado warnings that the National Weather Service has issued tonight here in Arkansas, if you had to guess.
I would say probably at least, I'm going to go with, because there's been several into southwest Arkansas, 12 to 15.
12 to 15, at least a dozen. And you did a count in Shreveport earlier today as Beryl was making its way up the interstate. How many was it? It was did you say it was in the 80s?
I want to say it was like kind of 67 or something
60s,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, lots of tornado warnings out of Shreveport this evening, and some of those were for southwest Arkansas. So it's been an active night. Not going to sugarcoat it. It's been a long night, but that's why we're here, to keep you safe and informed, and working a little bit of long hours to make sure that everything's good with you. Okay, rotation continues in McCrory, so they're going to continue to monitor it. Not going to cancel it, although, well, I guess it looks like another area that might be developing south of McCrory. But it's really Kensett, Judsonia area. This is also an area that does bear watching, with some strong rotation that's beginning to show up there. Everything's beginning to shift away into north central Arkansas tonight. And let's see, that's it. That's all from the National Weather Service for right now, except for the heavy rain that we've been receiving tonight. Yep, there it is. Okay, playing the waiting game here. Let's hope nothing serious occurs tonight. 67, 167 look like a lot of just some general wind.
So there's something happening right now with this cell over Woodruff County. It's right over McCrory, moving towards Riverside. And if that holds together, it'll be headed towards Tupelo into Jackson County. We still have that rotation between West Point, Kensett, and Judsonia, where that blue is. Looking at the winds within this cell, there's still some rotation happening within that same area. So just be on your guard. No tornado warning in effect. That could change. You should know how this scenario has worked through the course of the evening into the overnight hours. Very quickly, these storms can rotate and produce a tornado with little to no warning in advance. And this threat of tornadoes, if you're still up with us, primarily will be for locations to the north and east of Little Rock. So still White County, Jackson County, Independence County, Woodruff County. If you're to the south and southwest of those counties, including Little Rock, the threat of tornadoes is primarily over, because the worst of that rain, heavy rain, and where those storms have been developing have all now exited off to the north and northeast. Yes, we still have that tornado watch in effect until 2 o'clock for a large part of central Arkansas, but I really think the worst of the weather is making its way through White County, Woodruff County, eventually into Jackson, Independence County, and off to the northeast. Yeah. Just have several ways of getting those warning notifications if you're watching us in those areas, just in case those storms continue to rotate and produce a quick tornado. That will still be a possibility going through the overnight.
National Weather Service just expired the warning for Woodruff County. Just came across. They're taking the box away from it. It was going to expire at 1:45 anyway, so they've done us all a favor and expired it early. So there you go. This tornado warning is being expired as we speak, which leaves us with 0 tornado warnings for the meantime. But we'll see. We'll probably have another couple.
Stop saying that, Tom.
I
Why can't you be like, we're done for the night?
I'm like, okay, Nathan, you can take your mic off, go home, great job. And the next thing you know, we get another one of these to pop up. Okay, just know that we're around, folks. We're not, We're not going anywhere. At least I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit around here, wait for Tracy to come in. Nathan is he's had a long day. I'm going to let him.
Contacts are drying out.
I was going to say, yeah, might be feeling a little hungry as well. So the score is this: tornado warning for Woodruff County has been allowed to expire, or they're expiring the warning. I'll keep a closer eye on the one that's over in White County, Bald Knob, and we will send it back to regular programming, and we'll break in again if we have another tornado warning. Let's hope not.